Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey, my friend, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of Do Life Big. I hope that you are doing amazing and are off to a great start for your day today. Thanks for being here. Today, we are going to talk about the importance of investing into yourself and your business. And I just really believe that this is a topic that is not talked about enough, and that a lot of times, most entrepreneurs who haven't really made that decision to go all in with their business tend to say, oh, I don't need help in this area, or I can just figure it out on my own, or I can find all the information that I need to thrive in this on YouTube. And here's the thing. I've been there, done that. And I want you to think about starting something completely new for the very first time. Think about the new business that you've been wanting to start, or maybe the new business that you just started now. Like maybe you're a brand new online entrepreneur and you want to be successful. Like you want to grow a thriving business. You want to be earning that income. You want to be making that impact, and you want to be able to totally transform the future for your family. If you're like me, when I start something new, I operate a little bit differently than most people because when I start something new, I immediately want to seek out someone who has already accomplished what I want to accomplish because I want to have success as fast as possible. Like, I don't want to mess around. So I immediately try to find the expert in that area, and I am more than willing to make the investment. I want to learn from the best so I can become the best. And the way I see it is, it truly is an investment into yourself and your business. And at the end of the day, there is literally no greater investment than that. There is no better investment than the investment that you will make into yourself and your business. So look at what you can gain by making this investment. When I first had the idea to create an online course for online entrepreneurs, I seeked out the guru in that area, the person who I knew would be able to teach me all the ins and the outs about creating an online course. And I didn't even hesitate. He was already a multi seven-figure earner doing what he did with years of experience. He knew his shit. And that is who I wanted to work with. That is who I wanted to work with as my mentor. So I immediately made the investment without even thinking twice about it. And when you can look at it as an investment and see the growth and experience that will come versus the investment being a loss for you or you losing something, you grow tenfold. Every time that I have chosen to invest in myself and into my business, or have decided to invest in a one-on-one mentor or a program, whatever it is, a live event, I have always been able to grow my business significantly versus just trying to do it on my own. So, sure, you can sit around and try to piece it all together yourself by looking at YouTube videos, right? Of course, you could do that, but it's going to take you a lot longer and you'll still be missing pieces of the puzzle. So, I would much rather invest my money in the mentor who's the expert in this area and grow that much quicker. You're going to get to your destination so much faster if you operate with this kind of mentality. No matter how successful you are, it doesn't matter if you're a brand new entrepreneur. It doesn't matter if you're a 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur. It doesn't matter if you've been in the online entrepreneur space for years and years and years. Everyone needs a mentor. And I did the exact same thing when I had the idea last summer to start this podcast. I had the idea, all right, I want to create a podcast. I want to launch my own podcast. It's going to be called Do Life Big. And I had this great idea and I didn't mess around. I said, all right, I know exactly who I'm going to work with. I had already been following this girl who I had known for years through my previous business that I had already done. And she was killing it and she was awesome at it. And she was an expert in this area. And I said, all right, I'm going to go and I'm going to invest in her course and I'm going to learn from her. Listen, I just don't want to mess around when I have an idea. When I have an idea to do something, I want to do it and I want to do it well. I don't want to half ass anything. I really don't like to half ass anything. And if you are like me, you probably don't like to half ass anything either, right? So I wanted to have that success in anything I do as quick as possible. And investing in a mentor or course has always come back tenfold for me versus just trying to save money and figure it out on my own. It's almost like, how can I afford to not make this investment? Like, you can't afford not to make this investment into yourself or your business when you see how this can come back tenfold. And the positive thing about investing in yourself or your business and working with a mentor is that they've already walked the path that you want to walk. They've already been in your shoes. They have already gone through all of the things that you are going to have to go through. They've been through it. They've been able to work through all the roadblocks. So they know what lies ahead on your path, like the exact path that you're going to walk to build that business that you want to build. And then they're then able to help you navigate to your success that much quicker. And you can learn from the mistakes that they went through. So don't be afraid of the investment. If you're dead serious about your business, then trust me, you'll do it and you'll invest in yourself and you'll invest in your business. And that idea to make this investment will literally be a no brainer for you. It's kind of like my sister in law and her husband and two little kids were here visiting from Colorado last week. And we had a great time. And she has a full time job, but she also started a photography business, which she's incredible at. She's always just had such a great eye for photography, and her pictures and everything are just so amazing. Like, they're so beautiful. And she's serious about it. And she didn't hesitate. She did the exact same thing just recently. She invested into a course to work with someone who has already mastered this whole business about photography and how to become an incredible photographer, because you need to learn and you need to learn from someone who has already walked in your shoes. Now, listen, of course, just making the investment in itself isn't what's going to make you be successful. We know this, right? Of course, you have to be teachable. Of course, you've got to be a good student. Of course, you've got to be able to apply what you're learning and then take action in your business, right? You just can't sit there and be a sponge and soak it all in and learn from these mentors or these courses or programs that you enroll in and then expect your business to explode without taking any action, right? Wouldn't that be nice? But that's just not how it works. We know this, right? And another big thing about being willing to invest in yourself is that doing so also shows that you do have that belief in yourself, right? When you choose to make that investment into yourself, it means that you have the confidence in your own abilities. And honestly, when it comes to investing in yourself or your business, in my eyes, it's just go big or go home, baby, right? Like, give it all you got. Go all in. Don't just dip one toe in the water. And it also puts yourself in this position and mindset that failure just is not an option for me. My success in this, in what I'm doing, is inevitable. Like, it is going to happen. It is all a matter of time of when it's going to happen. So have that faith in yourself as an entrepreneur. And just speaking from experience, I mean, I've had over the last almost 10 years now, I've seen so many entrepreneurs who weren't willing to invest in themselves. And when I've seen in those individuals, the one thing that they've had in common were the ones who didn't invest in themselves or their business, were the ones who lacked the most belief and confidence in themselves. They had a lot of self doubt, is what I'm trying to say. They wanted success. They hoped that their business would work out, but they also had a big fear of failure. And that little inner bitch voice, is what I call it, kept them stuck in the mentality of, well, I don't really know if I'm going to be successful, so why should I invest in it? And that's what we have to change. We've got to change that mentality around, right? So if you haven't already snagged my free guide called Think This Not That, just go to kathyreuter.com/think this not that. And you can start there with a list of the most common limiting beliefs, because that's what that is. Fear of failure, the self-doubt. It gives you a list of all the most common limiting beliefs that online entrepreneurs think, and it will give you an empowering belief to think instead of that limiting belief. So start with that if that's you, if you can relate to that in any way, shape, or form. It'll be in the show notes, so you can click the link in there as well. So it's almost like you have to just jump and then learn to fly as you go versus being so stuck in well, I don't really know how to fly yet. So I'm just going to kind of stand here and hope my wings grow and then maybe I'll fly. Like, we want to get out of that mentality, right? Come at it with belief and confidence. And I am telling you right now, I have been surrounded by so many incredible entrepreneurs over the last 6 years of living in Florida. And every single one of them has no problem investing in themselves, in their business, so that they can become better, their business can become better, they can have a bigger impact. But they also have that belief and that confidence in themselves that they have what it takes to build a huge, kick-ass, thriving business. So we've got to start with that. And once you get started, it really truly doesn't take long for you to feel that confidence grow. But you just can't do it alone, because we all have blind spots and we all have limiting beliefs that pop up, and you need a mentor or someone to point out to you what's holding you back or to show you the way, because they've already walked that path. They've already had that success. Why waste all of this time and energy? And you think you're saving yourself money, but you're actually costing yourself, when instead you can invest in someone or a program or a course or whatever it is for you that's going to help you become the best that you can be in that area. Like, how could you not invest to increase your knowledge base and update your skills, right? Investing in yourself and your business, it really is the key to building wealth, because at the end of the day, it's you who is the most important source of wealth. And I really love this quote by Grant Cardone, which is how I'm going to end this episode with you today. He says, "Your greatness is limited only by the investments you make in yourself." And it is so, so true. So, something to think about if you're an online entrepreneur, or you have just started a brand new business, or you're thinking about starting a new business, or maybe you're thinking about starting another business, or maybe you've been in your business for a while and you've plateaued and you don't see the income growth that you want. Well, maybe it's time to look at, hey, when was the last time that I actually invested into this business and into myself so I can grow? It will make a difference. So I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I think that you are amazing. I think you're awesome. You know I love you. Keep crushing it. And I will see you the next time. All right. See ya. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.